At first, it seemed like a story about a married man living a double life. 2 women, 1 husband, and 1 phone call that exposed everything. 37-year-old Shakeira Rucker was a mother of 4 from Winter Springs, Florida. Her estranged husband, Cory Hill, had been involved with another woman, Angel Milligan. According to Milligan, she did not initially know that Hill was married. Then the women spoke. The lies began to unravel, and within a matter of weeks, Angel had ended her relationship with Hill. But what happened next transformed a relationship scandal into something far more terrifying. On November 11, 2023, Shakeira disappeared after spending the evening with Hill. By the following morning, investigators say Hill was driving away from a storage facility alone, and approximately 3 hours later, authorities say he appeared at Angel's home with a gun. 1 woman vanished. The other ran for her life. And 7 days later, a disturbing discovery inside a storage unit in Apopka would bring the search for Shakeira to a devastating end. But investigators were about to uncover something else. Something from Cory Hill's past that Shakeira's own family said they never knew. This is the case of Shakeira Rucker and the phone call that investigators believe helped expose a dangerous double life. Before discussing what happened to Shakeira, it is important to remember who she was beyond the headlines. Shakeira Rucker was 37 years old. She was a daughter, a sister, and most importantly to those closest to her, the mother of 4 children. When she disappeared, her family immediately knew something was wrong. This wasn't someone who simply vanished without contacting the people she loved. Her absence was unusual and frightening. Shakeira lived in Winter Springs, northeast of Orlando. At the time, she and Cory Hill were estranged. But their lives were still connected. What Shakeira apparently did not know for some time was that Hill had also been romantically involved with another woman. Her name was Angel Milligan. Milligan later told reporters she had dated Hill for several months and had even lived with him. She said she did not know his full story, and she did not initially know about Shakeira. According to Milligan, when she learned Hill was married, their relationship ended. Reporting from Fox 35 says Milligan broke things off in September 2023 after speaking with Shakeira. Other local reporting says Milligan's call to Rucker became a source of anger for Hill. Imagine that realization. 2 women comparing what they had been told by the same man and realizing that the stories didn't match. Investigators would later write that both women had been deceived, and according to authorities, that discovery would become crucial to understanding what happened next. But the affair was only one secret, because after Shakeira disappeared, her family learned something about Hill that had been buried more than 30 years in the past. We will come back to that. First, we have to follow Shakeira through her final known night on Saturday. Evening, November 11th, Shakeira's children reportedly saw her leave her Winter Springs home at around 7:30. She was believed to be leaving with Cory Hill. Police eventually released an image showing the 2 together. For investigators, that footage was critical. It established that Hill was with Shakeira during the final known hours before she disappeared. At this point, however, nobody knew that a disappearance was about to unfold. Hours passed. Shakeira did not return home. Her relatives tried to find out where she was. Hill would later reportedly tell family members that Shakeira was no longer with him. But investigators say digital evidence and surveillance video told a different story. By sunrise, Hill's vehicle was approaching a storage facility in Apopka, and what surveillance cameras recorded there would eventually become one of the most important pieces of the entire case. According to the arrest affidavit, surveillance video showed Hill's vehicle entering the Apopka storage facility at approximately 6:39 that morning. Authorities said a woman matching Shakeira's description was sitting in the passenger seat. Investigators noted that she appeared to be wearing the same blue clothing she had worn the previous evening. Then something strange happened. 7 minutes later, Shakeira's phone contacted her family. The message indicated that she was on her way home. But according to investigators, surveillance footage never showed Shakeira leaving the facility. Instead, less than 20 minutes after the vehicle entered, Hill drove out, alone. Think about that timeline. Two people allegedly arrive. A message from Shakeira's phone says she is heading home. Then only one person is seen leaving. Shakeira would never be seen alive again. According to investigators, Hill later claimed he had not been with her after approximately 6:30 that morning. But authorities said cell phone information and the storage facility surveillance contradicted that account.
This the day after Shakeira's body was found.
When I went over there, got the car, drove to the event, hung out with my girlfriend. When I came back, it was like 6:40, so the office is closed. And I noticed something was dripping towards my unit. I filmed it, I took pictures of it.
Okay.
And then...
that was about what time?
It was 6:40, 6:45. It's
on Sunday afternoon?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
And then, but no one was there, so I couldn't tell them, you know, hey, this is what's happening. So I came back because I was getting sick. And I had to do another thing. So I brought the car here. Monday morning, I went back to over there, told them, hey, this is what's happening. There was 3 workers there. One of them wasn't taking me that seriously. And the other one, he was like, okay, well, I told him, come with me, I'll take pictures because, you know, it's seeping into my unit. Yeah. And after that, they told me they were going to call me. And I was sick, so I stayed home the rest of the time. And then Saturday, when you guys were over there,
so 6 days later,
I went there in the morning because I was getting better. And I told her, hey, what's the update? You know, what's going on? She didn't know anything about it. She told me that the manager had told her it was like an oil spill.
Did you speak to the same person or?
No, it was a different girl.
A different employee?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
And then when I went into my unit, that's when I noticed it started to smell bad.
Okay.
And she was like, I can't do anything about it. I can't go in there. And then
they said they can't go in there?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I'm asking you all these questions, and I'm going to have you fill out a statement.
Yeah.
And I really need that statement to be how you're telling me.
What you're telling us verbatim.
Very specific to the detail. Yes. And if you run out of space, I'm going to get you more paper because it seems like you're going to run out of space.
Okay.
I'm going to have you more paper, but this needs to be really detailed. And then also, when you saw that that leakage on Sunday, did it see was it like fresh, like liquidy?
Yes. It looked okay. So there was red, obviously.
Yeah.
But there's also like a clear liquid. So my thought was maybe someone stuck a fridge in there with some old meat and it just dripped out.
Yeah.
That's why I wasn't too keen on calling right away. But if I would have known.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you obviously know what the situation is now.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you saw on the news,
you
right?
did your part.
Yeah, I found out through my girlfriend. She's the one that's like, is this your storage unit area? I was like, yeah, it is. Mm-hmm. And now that I went over there, got the car, I noticed there's no lock on the unit next door. So I'm like, okay. I put 2 and 2 together. I don't like that they weren't taking me seriously with the whole situation.
Yeah.
And yet, investigators say Hill's morning was not over, because approximately 3 hours later, another woman saw his vehicle approaching her home. It was Angel Milligan. And this time, according to authorities, Hill had a gun. According to investigators and Milligan's account, Hill arrived at her home later that morning. She had already ended their relationship. She had also obtained a domestic violence injunction against him. Milligan said that as Hill approached, she realized he was armed. She later recalled him telling her not to run. Then, she said, the shooting began. Milligan ran toward the house. She later told reporters she felt bullets pass extremely close to her face. She survived. So did the family members inside. But investigators allege Hill continued the attack. According to the arrest affidavit, shots were fired into the home. Authorities say Hill broke a window, entered the residence, and searched for Milligan. Investigators later recovered multiple 9mm cartridge casings from the scene. Eventually, Hill left. He was later arrested and jailed on charges connected to the attack. Eventually, Hill left. He was later arrested and jailed on charges connected to the attack. And at almost the same time, police were investigating the shooting at Angel's home. Shakeira's family was realizing she was missing. At first, the two events might have appeared separate, but they weren't. Not according to investigators. and the physical evidence would soon connect them in a way that was difficult to ignore.
It's just an undescribable pain that we feel with what's going on with what.
For Shakeira's family, the next several days were agonizing. They searched. They appealed publicly for information. Police expanded their efforts across multiple Central Florida counties. A reward of up to $5,000 was announced for information that could help solve her disappearance. Shakeira's relatives wanted one thing: to bring her home. Investigators attempted to question Hill about her disappearance. He declined to speak with them. By then, he was already behind bars in connection with the attack on Angel. Police named him a person of interest. Then the investigation intensified. Where had the vehicle traveled? What did phone records show? Where had Shakeira last been seen? Every piece of evidence kept pulling investigators back toward one location: Apopka, the storage facility. But police did not ultimately find Shakeira because of a confession. They did not find her because Hill told them where she was. The breakthrough came from a person renting a nearby storage unit, who noticed something coming from the unit next door. 7 days after Shakeira vanished, someone at the Apopka storage facility reported something disturbing: a strange odor, and what appeared to be liquid or blood coming from a neighboring unit. According to later released 911 calls and body camera reporting, storage staff ultimately opened the unit and called authorities. Deputies entered. Inside, they found Shakeira Rucker. She had suffered gunshot wounds. The search was over. But the homicide investigation was just beginning. Investigators said they recovered 4 fired cartridge casings from inside the storage unit. Blood was observed on the floor and walls. According to the affidavit, authorities found no evidence suggesting Shakeira had been killed elsewhere and later moved into the unit. Investigators also said 2 tires had been placed in front of her body after she subs. Do not let those details overshadow who she was. For Shakeira's 4 children, siblings, parents, and friends, this was not simply evidence in a criminal case. It was the moment hope became grief. But one piece of evidence recovered from that storage unit would connect what allegedly happened to Shakeira with the terrifying attack Angel had survived hours later: the shell casings. Investigators compared the fired cartridge casings recovered from the storage unit with those collected from the shooting at Angel Milligan's residence. According to the arrest affidavit, forensic testing determined they were a match. Authorities also said Hill's vehicle was connected to both locations. That gave investigators their theory of the timeline. Hill allegedly entered the storage facility with Shakeira early Sunday morning. He allegedly left without her. And approximately 3 hours later, he allegedly went to Angel's home and attempted to kill her. 6:39 a.m. Storage facility entered. Approx 6:46 a.m. Message sent from Shakeira's phone. Before 7 a.m., Hill allegedly leaves alone. 10:13 a.m. Hill allegedly arrives at Angel's home. 2 women who had discovered the same deception. 2 crime scenes. And, investigators alleged, ballistic evidence connecting them. Hill was charged in connection with Shakeira's death. A grand jury later indicted him on first-degree murder and other charges, and prosecutors announced their intention to seek the death penalty. But then came another revelation.
Seminole County, Lake County, Polk County, and obviously Orange County. Additionally, Mount Dora Police Department supported us, Florida Department of Law Enforcement, and the FBI.
Is the prime suspect in her disappearance and obviously now in this murder.
Orange County Sheriff John Mina says a tip from a 911 caller led them to the storage unit on Wiggins Road. He says it was county jail for allegedly shooting at his former girlfriend last Sunday.
Say that we have plenty of time to continue collecting evidence and testing to build our case, so to charge Cory Hill with Shakeira's murder.
Hill has pleaded not guilty. His defense later challenged the discovery of evidence inside the storage unit, arguing that the initial search had been conducted without a warrant. A judge denied the motion to suppress. The latest court update I could verify from reliable public reporting, dated December 17, 2024, said Hill had pleaded not guilty and was due back in court for case management. Prosecutors had announced they were seeking the death penalty. I did not find a newer reliable public report establishing a final trial outcome during my search, so avoid telling viewers that Hill has been convicted of Shakeira's murder unless you verify a newer court record before publishing. And that distinction matters. Investigators have presented their theory. Prosecutors have filed their charges. But the criminal justice process determines guilt.
Vulnerable and open to share that it's been difficult for our family during this time. It's been a very emotional roller coaster. We've been angry, we've been sad, very confused. It's just an undescribable pain that we feel with what's going on with what happened with Shakeira Rucker. We'll never have the chance to talk to her again. We'll never have the chance to spend any time. Her children will never be able to see her again. It's hard.
I know that we as a family are moving forward. I know that this decision may not bring my sister back, but it's a step in the direction for justice. As a person of faith, I pray for everybody involved and that God put a hedge of protection over their hearts, their minds.